mercy and grace. If it wasn't for me seeking your face, Lord, if it wasn't for you loving on me, where would I be, oh Lord?
Hello everyone, welcome to 12 Questions, where we ask artists personal questions about life and their life. So we're going to get right into it. The first question is, what's your name?
Well, my name is Elijah Effron, and yeah, from Los Angeles, so.
Interesting, okay.
Yes.
Number 2, how old are you?
The question everyone dingies. Let's see. Now, I'll answer that question only if you allow me to input my own philosophy on age.
Okay.
And the reason why I want to do this is because a lot of people have a problem with this question, and I always wonder, like, why? You know, what's the big deal about this age thing? And I know it's like when I'm rushing to work or if I'm rushing in life to do something, I pay attention to the clock, and it's like this clock is really like, you know, playing this huge role in my life, even to the very point of me aging to it. So it creates this like fear and anxiety. So what I've done is just kind of like took my life off of the clock and just use it for what it's really necessary for. I don't age myself to the clock. So when somebody asks me how old I am, I usually tell them I don't know, because the clock wasn't always in existence, and truly I don't know. I look in the mirror and I see a young man, and when that changes, I'll act accordingly. But right now, just to answer the question, I would like to leave it as, I don't know. I'm just a young man, and I'm happy with who I am, and once the changes that are natural come and present themselves, I'll just accept it.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I just like to keep it right there. You know, so that's actually what works for me. Yeah. So, you know, what can I say?
All right, we'll get into our next question. Number 3, when did you write your first song?
Let's see. I wrote my first song when I was about 18, 19. And shortly after that, I did a song with Flesh and Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. I did some music with those with Flesh, actually, and we did I wrote a hook on 2 songs, and we just went from there. And then some things happened to where he, you know, was locked up and stuff like that. So anyway, I started writing at about the age of 18.
That's cool.
I've been going ever since.
All right. Question number 4. Where are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles. I grew up in different parts of the state. I've lived in the Bay Area for a little while, and you know, that was nice. And but originally I'm from LA.
Okay. So question number 5. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Some hard questions here. What is this? Where do I see myself in 5 years? Okay. Wow. Definitely. What makes me feel the best as a human being is to help other people. Don't ask me where it came from. I think I was just born with that. In 5 years, I'll be doing exactly what I'm doing now, writing songs, making good music, and hopefully helping others to become better people. That's where I see myself, and I think I have a pretty good chance at it. As long as I stay on the right path and keep doing exactly what I'm doing right now, I think that'll work out for me. Of course, being financially stable enough to help other individuals, and that's my main goal. I heard a guy, a boxer, say, "I've bought everything that I can possibly buy, that money can buy. I've paid for everything maybe twice over again, and there's nothing else for me to buy." So money is just used for purchasing things. The feeling that I get from helping other people, money can't buy that. It helps, but it can't buy that inner glow that I feel when I know somebody else's. And it doesn't have to always have anything to do with money. It's just that helping people, period, in whatever way, form, or fashion, it does something on the inside of me. And so that's what I enjoy. Why? I ask myself why sometimes, but who cares? It just makes me feel great as a person.
All right. And get into our next question.
Okay.
Number 6. What books do you read?
What books do I read? What books have I read? No, no. What books do I read? I read. Well, lately I've been reading a book called Conversation with God. Of course, I've actually read and studied The Alchemist, the book The Alchemist. I like that one. Of course, the Bible. Right now, that's what I'm working with. I read psychology books. I just read, books that help me as an individual. I read other people's experiences.
Right.
And that helps me. It helps me a lot. So, what can I say? Those are the books that I read, and I'll be looking forward to reading other books. So, but for right now, those are the books that I actually study. Not only read them, I also study the books.
You don't read, you study.
Yeah, because I like to, you can just go through a page, and it's like, wow, wait a minute, that has some like real significant like meanings in there. Let me go back and write out, what I'm getting from this line, or write out what I'm getting from that line, and then, it helps me to start my own thing. So it helps out.
Okay, cool. So number 7, who are some of the artists that you admire?
Wow, a lot. But I can just name a few right offhand. I admire guys like Russell Simmons. I just think that this guy is just a wonderful human being on the planet right now, because he I heard him say a line one time. He said, "I don't want for nothing. I wake up every morning to help other people." He runs 5 charities, and the reason why he gets up every morning is to help someone else. So when I heard him say that, I was like, wow, man. People talk bad about these artists, but you never know how these people are until you hear them talk. And you're like, wait a minute, they told me this guy was a devil worshiper, they told me he was this and he was that. Kind of find out this guy's truly, really about helping other people. So Russell Simmons, guys like Tyrese, guys that keep handcuffs off of them, guys that are not in and out of jail. And not to say that the people that are in jail are bad people to a certain extent, but it's like people like Ice Cube, Ice-T, guys who've been around for a little while.
All right, we're gonna move on to question 8.
Cool.
All right, how do you feel about mankind or people in general?
How do I feel about mankind? Of course, I admire and I especially admire the eclecticness about mankind, how God created us in different ethnicities and different people. But I feel like that we've missed a lot. We've ignored a lot. Our personalities, are the way we walk, the way we talk, the differentness that each of us carry. And we're paying more attention to the things that don't matter. We're like really like on paying bills and and making sure the kids are fed and forgetting to enjoy life. So I think that's the area mankind has kind of lived in for a long time, and we're forgetting to enjoy this one single journey that we have. But somehow, some kind of way, through my music and through how I write and the different people I meet, I try to make sure that we view life for what it really is, those little small things. So yeah, that's what I think. I think we're getting better though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's move on to question number 9.
Okay.
Are you a creator?
Wow, nice question. As a matter of fact, I think most sane human beings we're all creators. You have a doctor over here that he's creating some kind of medicine. You have an artist over here who's creating a song to write. You have an artist who's creating a picture to paint. I think that's the concept of human beings. We're creators. We create. I mean, you and I were created from one human being to another. So naturally, we are creators. And I think that's another thing that we lose in the process of our anxiety through life, the rush that we experience. I think we lose that. But am I a creator? Of course. And I'm learning more and more about my creation and the things that I'm able to create every day. So yeah, I think we are all creators.
Okay, moving on to our next question.
Okay.
Do you write your own music?
Yes, I do. I can proudly say that I do write a lot of my own music with the help of other individuals and their input. It just makes the song come together much more tighter and you know, much better. Other inputs are always good, but yes, I do write. I love to write. I'm writing a book, I'm writing music, writing for other people.
Wow.
So, of course,
All right.
I love to write.
That ties into our next question, 11. What's your reason for singing?
My reason for singing is, let's use this for instance. If someone wants to give you a gift, so if someone was to like present you a gift, and you just took the gift and threw it away, or took the gift and threw it on the bed and say, whatever. You know, that's not really being appreciative to the gift that you have. This gift of singing was something I discovered when I realized when I was like maybe 15, 14, I was in the shower singing. I'm like, wait a minute, there's a sound that's inside of me that I want to come out. Nobody else is hearing it, but I can feel it in here. It's like something is trying to get out, and I was screaming, literally screaming until I started to make a pretty harmony. And I was like, wait a minute, that sounds good. So I kept going, kept singing, and then I took some classes. I eventually went and got a vocal coach, and then we learned about fight and flight, and learned about how to use this instrument that we have as far as singing is concerned. But once it's developed, it's like, wow, it's an amazing gift, and it's amazing how we have these amazing instruments that lives and rests inside of our biological rhythms. It's amazing. So once I realized that I had a gift to sing, I took the gift, I unwrapped it, I acknowledged it, I cherished it, and now I'm starting to see the benefits from it. Yeah.
Okay. So our last question, number 12. Do you pray?
Do I pray? Man, I would hope everybody prays. I think I kind of, as long as I'm awake, I think I kind of pray without ceasing. I think I know that there's always a prayer going on in the back of my cortex. Without a doubt, there's always a prayer going on. I love that communication that I have with the unseen Creator, and it's the best in the world. I pray all the time. I would like to think so, and of course I do. But you know, what can you say? Prayer is just a positive thought. It's meditation. And there's different ways to pray, but definitely, yeah, I pray. I do. I have to.
All right. Well, that is our last question. Thank you, Elijah, for visiting us at 12 Questions.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
No problem.
It's cold outside. I know of a place where I can run and hide. All the problems of this world, they will be pushed aside. You're the only one who truly understands my cry. I hear your voice talking to me, telling me that everything will be alright. Have faith in me and know your life will be just fine. Don't let nothing distract you from what's yours and mine. That's when you'll find mercy and grace. It's yours and mine. That's when you'll find. If it wasn't for your mercy and grace, if it wasn't for me seeking your face. Alright. Ooh. I've been sitting here thinking all day, wishing for the day that I could leave this place. The homeboys have changed up, things are so messed up. We're killing each other for nothing. Father, help us. This poverty, it's so hard to breathe, and I'm on my knees, knowing that that you'll save me from life's miseries. I put my trust in thee, and I know that you'll be there for me, yeah. If it wasn't for your mercy and grace, if it wasn't for me seeking your face, Lord, if it wasn't for you loving on me, where would I be, oh Lord? If it wasn't for your mercy and grace, if it wasn't for me seeking your face, Lord, if it wasn't for you loving on me, where would I be, oh Lord? When it's cold outside, I know of a place where I can run and hide. All the problems of this world, they will be pushed aside. You're the only one who truly understands my cry. I hear your voice talking to me, telling me that everything will be alright. Have faith in me and know your life will be just fine. Don't let nothing distract you from what's yours and mine. That's when you'll find, if it wasn't for your mercy and grace, if it wasn't for me seeking your face, Lord, if it wasn't for you loving on me, where would I be, oh Lord? If it wasn't for your mercy and grace, if it wasn't for me seeking your face, Lord, if it wasn't for you loving on me, where would I be, oh Lord? Well, 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 well. Ooh. Play on, play on. Yes, sir. If it wasn't for your mercy and grace, if it wasn't for me seeking your face, Lord, if it wasn't for you loving on me, where would I be, oh Lord? If it wasn't for your mercy and grace, if it wasn't for me seeking your face, Lord, if it wasn't for you loving on me, where would I be? 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 Yes, sir. Where would I be? Yes, sir. Mercy and grace. All right, so something happened.